Sheen, you've got a good book of rides at Sandown on Friday. Let's quickly spin through them. We'll start with Windlord in the Bet365 Classic Trial. You must be really looking forward to getting back on him.
I am. I mean, his form from last year is very strong, particularly that race at the Curragh. Uh, think he's been training nicely. I haven't actually sat on him. He's not an over big horse, but he's bred to get better from 2 to 3, and it looks like a good opportunity for him. He's going to be one of the fancied horses at the top of the market.
Yeah, obviously stepping up in trip from a mile to 10 furlongs. That should certainly suit, judging by his pedigree.
Yeah, and also the racing style he showed at York and also the Curragh. It appeared like he wanted to go a mile and a quarter, and he wasn't over raced last year. He's had a nice break. He looks very well in his skin.
Good stuff. Looking forward to seeing him and looking forward to seeing Tamfana in the Bet365 mile. This looks a good starting point for her.
Yeah, a great spot for her. Unfortunately, for she's a victim of her own success. She's going to carry a penalty. It's a decent race. Whatever she does, she'll improve. But I can't wait to get back aboard her. She's not that well in at the weights, but on her best day, she'd put these to the sword. Just we won't really know how ready she is until we see how she runs at Sandown.
What's the sort of long-term plan with her this season? Is she likely to stick at a mile?
I'd imagine so. She was very good at Newmarket last year. She ran a cracker at Ascot on Champions Day. She's got pace and she's easy to ride. And I think David Manuzzi is very keen to start her off now, and then he can aim at at bigger targets. So you'd imagine the Lockinge and the Queen Anne and races like that are all on her radar.
Big races on the radar for See the Fire, I'm sure, as well. She starts off in the Gordon Richard Stakes.
We're keen to go up to a mile and a quarter with her. She enjoyed the extended mile at York when she won the Strensel Stakes. She found the mile against Tamfana at Newmarket a little bit sharp. She's high class filly, training great. I think they seem really pleased with her, and she goes there with a chance for sure. Again, these are good races. I know they're not very big fields, but strong races as they should be, and it'd be nice to see how she gets on, and then sky's the limit with regards options after that.
Yeah, obviously, this is a Group 3 race, but she will have Group 1 targets, I'm sure, this year. So close to breaking that Group 1 duck last year in the Nassau Stakes.
Yeah, she enjoyed going a mile and a quarter at Goodwood, and I felt I might get to Ryan and pass him, but it didn't happen for me that day. She probably ought to win one of those Phillies Group 1s on what we've seen so far.
Good stuff. Before we reflect on a few of your recent rides, is there anything else you're looking forward to in the Sandown handicaps or elsewhere this weekend?
Possibly. I think the Lost King looks great. He's bred to be a good horse. He won his novice well. His form probably isn't that strong since, but he starts off a rating of 90, so be looking forward to him. And if they get enough rain at Leicester, maybe Sergeant Wilco, who I've got a lovely association with, might run in the 6 furlong handicap on Saturday. And were he to get good to soft ground, you'd expect him to be bang there.
Great stuff. We'll look out for Sergeant Wilco. You had a couple of winners at the Craven meeting last week at Newmarket. Firstly, Almarecki that looked really good in the field and stakes.
Yeah, fitness probably caught him out late on in the last furlong or so. Gorgeous horse, very easy to ride. His form is on soft ground, but I think he'll appreciate better ground. He doesn't ride like a soft ground horse. Just to explain to the listeners, he doesn't have a big knee action, and he's quite a light framed animal. Gorgeous type. I thought he did well, and he's going to go straight for the Prix de Jockey Club. Andrew considered the Dante, but it's a little bit close timing wise, and the idea is now to go straight over to France with him.
Okay, talking of France, you won on Sager for Andre Fabre in the Abonnement Stakes. Could he be a horse that could have a say in the top sprints this season?
Yeah, he's going to need to step up again, but hopefully he can do. I think Andre was keen to freshen him up now and maybe go straight to Ascot for the 6 furlong Group 1. Obviously, I won that race last year on Cardeem, and it'd be lovely to have a live chance in it again. And I suppose it's a good target for that horse. He stays 7 furlongs, stiff 6 at Ascot. You could see him running a career best, and let's just hope he's good enough.
Okay, let's just reflect on all-weather finals day at Newcastle. It was one of those days you could have had 3 or 4 winners, I think, and one of them, Old Harrovian, was he one that got away in the Easter Classic?
Yeah, for sure. The first furlong or two of the race was perfect. The tempo was fine. He relaxed great, and then the pace stopped, and he over raced, and I was galloping all over the back of the horse in front of me for 3 or 4 furlongs, and then we straightened up and got racing too soon, and it was nearly a great ride, but because I didn't get there, it wasn't a great ride, and you run that race 20 times and Old Harrovian wins 19 of them. So it was very frustrating, particularly when the owner's been patient with that horse, Michael Blenko. He's had loads of setbacks throughout his career, and it was a good prize pot. And then obviously I picked the wrong one in the mile race, Storm Star and Roy de France. I probably didn't give enough respect to Storm Star carrying £9 less than Roy de France. The 3-year-old sprinter, Baksha Whisper, was very good. He's an improving horse, Dark Angel, uh, nice animal, and maybe one that can step up in black type races.
Do you think he
And
can be as good on turf, Sheen?
You'd expect so on pedigree, and I mean the reason he's only raced on the all weather so far was just options for him. He was a backward 2-year-old. And yeah, probably form wise, that race isn't going to be group level. But if there's one horse that could get to that level, it's him. And maybe one to take out from the race was Jason Watson's horse, the Al Shakab colt, because his work had been very good. And I think he's called Hammam. And he's one maybe that the listeners can keep an eye on for his next few starts.
Okay, just finally, one you didn't mention there was Royal Playwright. I thought it was quite a nice reintroduction for him in the Burradon Stakes. You didn't
Yeah.
get much room on him either.
No, he was unlucky. Small field and managed to get stuck behind 2 horses that I didn't want to be behind because I had a perfect spot with the option to my left after a furlong or two. And then David Egan moved up on my left, and I couldn't force him out with 5 furlongs to race. So I had to sit there. And then they all stopped around me at the same time. And Dan Muscat got a perfect split, and I didn't. I haven't discussed with Andrew where Royal Playwright might go next, but thinking ahead, there could be something at Chester for him, maybe the D stakes or something like that. He could fit into that. So we weren't unhappy with him. He hasn't had a hard time, and I think the winner is quite a good horse. He had a prep race at Kempton. Um, and although he's small, stocky horse, I think he's quite talented.
Great stuff. Well, thanks as always, Sheen, and best of luck at Sandown on Friday.
Thank you very much, Ben.